Hello to you, my gorgeous, wonderful cosmic dragon friends. Welcome or welcome back to another reading. Today I have a new pack of cards. It's this one in the middle. This is the Tarot of Curious Creatures, and curious they are indeed, but they're absolutely fabulous to work with. There's a very interesting energy comes off this pack of cards, and I will talk about that later. But what you're here from, yes, what you're here for rather, from what you're here from. Interesting. Are we going backwards in time? That's possible. That could be possible. Okay, what we're looking at today is love advice from the Mermaids. I have promised a mermaid reading for a long time, or another mermaid reading, because I have previously done one. Link to that reading, please, Editor Helen, here. So, as I'm stumbling over my words a little bit, I feel like maybe you're stumbling over yours in love, or maybe you're looking for some advice, some help not knowing. I'm really stumbling over my words, aren't I? That's quite unlike me if you're used to being on my channel. I'm normally a little bit more eloquent than this, so I apologise. You can, of course, jump to the readings. There are timestamps. So let's go through what we're doing today. I've got two different mermaid packs here. I've got my mermaid charms here for you as well. We're smack bang in mermaid energy, which is an energy that I resonate with very strongly. I've always said that I'm part mermaid for a long time now. You've got our shell candle, which I will not be lighting. It's adorable. Look at this. This is just from Primark. It was like 50p discounted one time. I had another one, a second one like this, and I did burn it, and it just makes a big horrible mess and lasts about 5 minutes. So I'm not going to burn that one because it's just too cute. So we are looking for love advice. Mermaids, sirens are particularly good at that. They do know relationships, they do know men in particular, but they do know how to get their way. They do know how to charm and enchant and sometimes manipulate, which is not what we want to do. But they do know about love. That they most certainly do. So we're going to be asking them for their help, their guidance, their assistance in our readings today. I also have a little treat here that I got for myself at the weekend. I popped into Lavender Moon in Pool yet again, and no, they still don't sponsor me. Come on, guys, get your finger out, sponsor me. No, I'm kidding. This is from Hop Hair, and this is a little roller ball which is infused with rose quartz crystal, and you can see in there. And it's actually got, it's a rose essential oil roller ball that you just put on like this, obviously, on your pulse points, and it smells of rose, and it's to attract love, and it's also infused with gorgeous rose quartz crystal there, and it's by Hop Hair. Look at this, and it has the picture of the Lovers card, or a depiction of imagery that you might associate with the Lovers card from the tarot. And this is intended to attract love. So really gorgeous, magical sort of scent that you can buy there. This was $13.99, so it's not horribly expensive. But Lavender Moon have all different ones in, and I wanted to try this one because why the heck not? Why the heck not indeed? So it's the kind of thing that I've always wanted to see in the shops, and that I'm seeing more and more start to creep in now, the kind of genuinely holistic products coming in that work with energy, not just with the physical. It's the kind of thing I always wanted to see like 25 years ago, and now it's actually starting to appear, which is really magical and really cool. It's like you can feel the energy changing and shifting and the tide turning. So anyway, back to today's reading. We are looking at love. We're looking for advice in love, so it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or not. We're just going to have some questions answered. So pile one is this one. We have the Light Seers Tarot for pile one, and our little bracelet here has this adorable little green starfish charm. Pile two, as I said, is the Curious Creatures, the Tarot of Curious Creatures, and this one has a purple mermaid tail charm, or maybe it's a fish because you can't see the top half, so who's to say? I'm sure it's intended to be a mermaid. I bought these from Claire's Accessories, no expense spared. And then pile number three, we have the Unfolding Path Tarot. You see what I've done? Try and match the colours up a bit here. The Unfolding Path Tarot, and we have this little blue shell. So very cute. They're all a little bit sparkly, very cute. I am also accompanied, of course, by my new rose quartz skull, who is here in a consultancy capacity, very, very wise, high vibrational crystal who is here to help. We also have some Lovers Oracle cards here for the end, which I will have to pull off camera because not all of the pictures are YouTube friendly. And if you remember, the mermaid cards, some of them are a little bit scantily clad because, hey, they're mermaids. I mean, are we even shocked? So I may be using my sensor shells. If you know what those are, you know. If you don't, you're about to find out. Okay, so take a moment to pick your pile 1, 2, or 3, and I will see you in your reading, which today is overseen by our new gorgeous turtle, also from Lavender Moon. It's supposed to be a clothing shop, but I keep buying crystals there, which is really cool. This one is Ocean Jasper. Isn't he gorgeous? I do love turtles. I have a real affinity for them. They're very, very wise. He's going to be watching and grounding us today. So I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. This is your love advice from the mermaids. Now, mermaids are elemental beings that I enjoy working with very much, not least because I was born by the sea, brought up by the sea, have a very strong affinity for the mermaid energy. So you chose the Light Seers Tarot, and you chose this gorgeous little blue bracelet with this very cute little blue starfish. So the starfish could be actually symbolic for you as well. We're going to pop that over there next to our turtle, and we're going to have a look to see what the mermaids have to say to you today. We're going to start with the oracle cards. Are we? No, we're going to start with the tarot. Why not? Let's let the mermaids have the final word. Let's see what we've got here today. What do you need to know? What is your love advice from the all-knowing, ever-wise, extremely good at seducing and manipulating the opposite sex mermaid? So they're really going to know what they're talking about. Okay. You see why I'm going to ask my girls. Yeah. And the mermen, you know. I'm not opposed to some Jason Momoa. Especially if he's scantily clad. I didn't say that. Right. Okay. So my pile 1s. Ah, yes. 6 of Pentacles. Page of Wands. The Magician. The Star. 6 of Cups. And the 5 of Wands. Okay. I sound like a game show host when I say that, don't I? Which reminds me of, what was it, Carol Vorderman on Countdown getting the letters out. And we have an M, an E. Oh, dearie me. Goodness me. I was always told I should have been on television or a newsreader or something. Right. Could still happen. Could still happen. Right. Let's take a look. I think I know where we're going with this, pile 1. I feel we have quite a strong message here about equal give and take, because we're starting off here with the 6 of Pentacles, which is the card that's all about give and take. Wow. Okay, where I want to go with this one, difficult energy. I feel like there's a message here for someone, or for a particular group of people. This might be quite specific about not moulding yourself to someone else's expectations, or putting your partner or your loved one or your prospective loved one on a pedestal. I really want to say, please don't do that. You may be somebody who kind of had to fawn over others, and fawn is actually a trauma response. Okay, it's one of the 4 F responses. We have fight, flight, excuse me, freeze, and fawn. And fawn is one that can, well, it can keep you alive in a hostage situation, for example, where you manage to sort of make friends, build some sort of relationship with someone to keep yourself safe. And that's what fawning is. And I'm getting quite a strong energy of fawn from your childhood. So maybe you did have to suck up to people who weren't entirely safe for you, or who weren't very caring. Maybe you had to be the adult or do things that were beyond your years, or maybe go the extra mile, or maybe you felt that you always had to help everybody else before yourself, even though it wasn't fair to do so. Because I'm really going back to childhood with the 6 of Cups here, and I want to go back to love in childhood. And of course, our first love is always our mother. It's always our parents, you know, our caregivers, whoever's there for us. They're our first real love, and that's where we learn about love. And I feel for many watching this particular pile, and of course, if this isn't resonating, this might not be your pile, or it might just be not this section of your of the messages for you. Remember, this is a group reading, not a personal reading. So I want to say, I feel like you had somebody up on a pedestal as a child, or maybe you have a habit of still, because children do put their parents on a pedestal. They think they're amazing. They think they're like God, and they know everything, and they can do everything, because they seem very godlike when you're a child, when you literally can't do anything. And of course, as you get older, you realise they're not. They are infallible. They are fallible, you know. And there is this sense of when you care about someone, when you love someone, you have a habit of putting them on a pedestal, and that not being particularly healthy always, which is a shame. And I think it leads to problems further on down the road when you try and be your true self. And I feel like there is a problem of hiding the truth self, or trying to mold yourself into somebody else, or pretend to be somebody that you're not, in the hopes that someone will like you. And that's not only for people who have trauma, you know. I think everyone tries to put their best foot forwards when they first meet somebody new, and not everybody is completely honest about who they are when they first get in a relationship, you know. But this feels a little bit more than that. It feels a little bit deeper than that. It feels like you betray yourself. I feel there could be a history there. I mean, you might not do it anymore, but I feel there's a history here of betraying the self, betraying who you truly are, hiding who you truly are, you know. And I relate to that. Believe me, I totally get it. I do. I've gotten much better as I've gotten older and done a lot of healing work myself. But it's a pattern that I recognise in myself and I acknowledge. And I try not to hide who I really am anymore. She says, holding her white witch mug. I own this label now. I don't care. You can call me a white witch. I really don't care. You can call me whatever you want within reason. Call me dinner. That's always good. I'll always show up if you call dinner. So, yeah, hiding the true self, maybe hiding spiritual aspects of yourself, maybe hiding your beliefs, maybe hiding your true interests, hoping to impress somebody, hoping to... there is an element of manipulation there. And it's not coming from a bad place. It's not coming from a negative place, but there is an element of manipulation, making someone you are interested in believe you are something that you're not, which was actually unnecessary. I think it's always unnecessary because they like you anyway. They like you for you, for your energy. Otherwise, they wouldn't be attracted to you if it wasn't for your energy, you know. And I think there is, oh goodness, I get the words unholy alliance. Where did that come from? Oh, okay. I feel like you may have had some difficult relationships in the past with people who were not worthy of you, that you tried to twist and contort yourself to be different for them because you found their energy intriguing and you thought you could make it work with the magician here. It's almost like you were trying to make everything work, hold everything together. You know, you may have gotten out of a very difficult relationship or marriage where you were literally desperately trying to hold everything together, juggle all the balls, spin all the plates on your own. Because there's a lot of struggle here on the table with the Five of Wands. There's a lot of difficulty, and it all going back to that root of needing to feel wanted, needing to feel loved, and maybe holding on to things and people that weren't good for you, weren't positive for you, but the whole time twisting and contorting yourself. And the Page of Wands, I mean, normally quite a positive card, but it's almost like all of your energy, all of your curiosity, ability, fire went into pleasing everybody else. And I think that could have left you very, very exhausted because there was not equal give and take in relationships. There was not the support that you deserved. I think that's been lacking in many areas of your life many times over, whether it is now or not. That's certainly the theme that I'm getting very strongly here, Pile 1. Very challenging, very difficult, and of course something to absolutely heal and change. And of course you can heal and change that. Of course you can. You know, we are only products of our environment for as long as we choose to be so. We absolutely have the power and the ability to change all of that, to become something new, to heal, to learn new things. But the healing is necessary. The healing is absolutely necessary. And I feel like maybe you've been trying to manifest change in your life. Maybe with the Magician here, I feel like you never lost your enthusiasm. The Page of Wands just keeps going forever. You know, the Page of Wands never gives up. Their fire never goes out. Okay, and I feel like maybe you've been trying to manifest a better future for yourself, a better future relationship, or improvements in current relationships, friendships. You know, it could be work relationships as well, not just romantic ones. Although we are looking at love advice, a lot of this can be applied to many parts of your life, so take it as it resonates. But I feel very strongly you're trying to manifest change at the moment. You're trying to bring in changes, manipulating the energy, but trying to do so in a good and positive way. I don't mean trying to manipulate the energy as in a bad way, you know, as in trying to manipulate others against their will or subvert their free will. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. I don't feel that from you at all. But there is a need for change. There is a need for change because you've been juggling too many balls for too long now. So Let's find out what the mermaids want to add here. I'm going to shuffle these off camera because I'm afraid a lot of the mermaids are scantily clad. So I will show you that I am taking the cards on camera. I don't have them already set up, but I will have to be a bit careful with right. I have to be a bit careful with how I turn them over. Oh, you want the bottom one as well. There we go. Because I may need my sensor shells. What have you got here? No, no sensor shells for that one. Hope. Yeah, the hope never disappeared. It was always there. Always hoping that your ship was going to come in. Always hoping that this next relationship or friendship was going to be the one, was going to be positive, was going to be different. Maybe it'll work this time. Maybe they'll love me for me this time. Okay. Magic. Oh, here we go. And that's interesting, coming out with the magician there as well. So it does feel like there's a lot of support. And you know what this reminds me of? This actually reminds me of Merlin's Cave down in Tintagel. I think I shared some pictures of that. There might be a little video. Yeah, there's a short reading. I'm going to see if editor Helen can remember to link to that one above now. Yes, I did a reading sat on a bench opposite Merlin's Cave at Tintagel in Cornwall. Very magical place. I enjoy going there. Whenever I go to Cornwall, I make a point of going to Tintagel. It's like a little pilgrimage for me. Pilgrimage indeed, because that hill is steep. Oh my goodness. But there is a cave that looks very much like that on the outside, and it does get flooded at high tide. Yeah, there's a real Merlin kind of magical energy coming through here, and contentment, I guess. That's the desire. I mean, it's like that's all you're asking for. You're not asking for miracles. You're not asking for huge things. You're literally just asking for contentment, for happiness, for enough. It's not like you're asking for the world or for great riches or for, you know, a millionaire partner, husband, wife, you know. It's literally, could I just have a little bit, please? Is it my turn now? It's like a very quiet voice, asking for help. And trying to help yourself as well by learning how to work with the energy, learning how to change things. Oh, healing, beautiful. Yes, hope and healing. I love that those two have come out together, because they need to go together. And yes, that is where the hope lies. That is where the positive change lies. Abundance and magic. Oh, great. I'm liking this. And awareness, contentment. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh, really loving this. Yes. I feel like the message here is, yes, you are very powerful. You absolutely can manipulate and change the energy in the environment around you. Yes, you can bring great change. But if you want to make it stick, it's so important that you focus on healing. And that is a bit of a dirty word sometimes, isn't it? Healing, like, oh, for goodness sake, what have I got to do now? Haven't I done enough healing already? I know the feeling. I'm right there with you. Yes, but make sure you're doing your healing or continuing to do it. If you're already doing it, you're healing, so that you can have the abundance that you deserve, because it is there. The timeline is there opening up for you. The magic is surrounding you right now. So keep your eyes on the prize, because I think that you sense intuitively, you know that you can have all of these things, that you can have the greater levels of abundance financially, emotionally, you know, in every way imaginable that you would like. You can have all the things that you want. You don't have to just content yourself with the bare minimum, which is what I think you've possibly done in the past or had to do recently. The change is there. The new timeline is possible, but it relies on you raising your energetic vibration. And to do that, we must do the difficult, dark, dirty work of cleaning house, of healing our subconscious mind, so that it doesn't keep leading us back into the lower vibrations, into the dark thought patterns. So, okay, let's bring in some more mermaids. Let's see what else we have to say. Okay, ladies and gents. Right, I'm going to quickly look at these off camera. Blessed change, there it is. A major life change brings you great blessings. I can't speak. Set your sights higher. Yes, what was I saying? You deserve more than breadcrumbs. You deserve more than what you've been getting. And you absolutely can have it. Synchronicity, love that card. And these are all coming out in very similar colours. And this deck is not all green like that. This deck is lots of different colours. So I think there's a connection to this gorgeous green colour here. and explore your options. Yes. Set your sights high, explore your options. Are you setting your sights too low? Are you trying to make it work with someone who isn't good enough for you just because you think that's all you can get? Are you not seeing the possibilities, the huge, enormous, abundant possibilities around you? And that could relate to a job, you know, that could relate to a friendship circle, to other elements of your life. It doesn't just have to relate to your romantic life. I feel like it could be something that's a theme. So major life changes possible here. Okay, I feel like it's about to change, like things are starting to shift for you. The synchronicity card shows very well that your prayers are being answered. It's a gorgeous card. I'll actually move it because there's the light shining on it so you can see the gorgeous dolphins. I love this card. It's one of my favourite cards in this deck. Yes, you absolutely can manifest what you've been asking for, okay? But there is a little nudge here to aim higher. Expect more, because more is coming in for you. So let's bring a Lover's Oracle card in. Transformation. Okay, your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. And on the bottom we have healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed this very moment. So it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or not. Healing is clearly the key here, and transformation is happening in your love life right now, whether you're connected or not. So hang on in there, keep doing your healing. Remember, keep your eyes on the prize. Aim higher, because the new possibilities, there's way more positive possibilities, are very much there for you. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for joining me and the lovely mermaids today. I will see you again in the next reading. Until then, please take very, very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You chose the Tarot of Curious Creatures, which is a brand new deck for me. Arrived this afternoon and I've been playing with it and I absolutely love it already. And you also chose this little purple bracelet with the mermaid tail, which we will pop over here. Okay, so let us see what the mermaids want to tell you, what wisdom they wish to impart to my beloved pile twos. What do you need to know? What could you do differently to achieve higher levels of love satisfaction? Alrighty, what's going on here? One last cut. Go on then. Okay. Roll. Let's pop the tail there. 3 off the top and 3 off the bottom it is then. Knight of Swords, 9 of Wands, Ace of Wands, the Sun, Temperance, and the Fool 2.0. Okay, there's a little quirk about this deck. It has 2 Fool cards and this is the second one. So I'm actually going to look up the meaning because I haven't checked why they have 2 cards. I haven't actually had a chance to read the little guidebook yet and find out why that should be. So let's take a look at the Fool 2.0 and see what that one means. Oh, they actually put it at the end after the world. So after the last card of the Major Arcana, they've added it at the end there with the infinity symbol, which is very interesting. So it doesn't have a number, it has the infinity symbol. So the Fool bookends the Major Arcana, marking both a beginning and an end. As we cycle through life seasons, we notice that our learning is infinite. Ah, this is about repeating cycles. Interesting. It's about repeating cycles. Of course it is. Are we going back to square one without realising it? Are we repeating unhealthy cycles in our relationships? Is there something that needs to change? I'm going to guess the answer is yes for most people generally, but particularly for pile 2, that seems to be why we are here today. So, do we rush in? Do we rush in? Is that what we do, pile 2? Do we rush in where angels fear to tread? Wow, okay, let's take a look here, see what the tarot wants to say to me today. Oh, do you know what? I feel a real fear here. It's such a shame. I feel I'm getting very activated in my solar plexus chakra, which is interesting because that would be represented by the sun. It is the inner sun. So what I do to explain where the solar plexus chakra is it's where you would punch someone if you want to wind them. But please don't do that. So it's just below the ribcage at the front of your torso. So yes, solar plexus chakra coming through very loud and proud in this reading. So I'm going to suggest the solar plexus may need some attention, may need some balancing. I'm going to bring in a crystal for that right now. Here she comes. There we go. That is honey calcite, I believe. And my blanket is falling off the back of my chair. Why is it doing that? Don't do that. Don't do that. Thank you. It's actually a Navajo style blanket, which I got with the intention of it being my healing blanket for when I'm doing my medicine blanket for when I'm doing my shamanic work. So I have done training from like various different traditions, and that's one of them. And for some reason it wanted to fall off then, so it's like it was trying to get my attention. It literally, don't know if you could hear it, it was literally sliding off and I was pushing it back and it kept sliding back down again. No, pay attention to me. So it feels like it's time for me to go and sit on the medicine blanket and maybe do some meditation and connect with spirit, with the ancestors, with my guides, and find out what I need to change. So we brought in this gorgeous, look at that, honey calcite. It is calcite, I'm sure it is. I've got 3 other pieces and I was intending to use them for a reading at some point, because look at these. I'm just going to share. I bought these at Lavender Moon in Poole. No, she still doesn't sponsor me. Shocking, I know. There's 4 pieces in different colours, and that's lemon, honey, pistachio and rose, I think, were the names of the calcites. This is the lemon calcite, that's the honey. Yeah, so lemon and honey for your throat. Rose for love, and green for the heart chakra. Look at that, magic. But at some point I will be doing a reading where you can pick one of these crystals as well, but it seems they wanted to come out to play today, so here they are. So rushing in on the Knight of Swords fast is, well, it's a very fast knight, very fast moving energy. And then we have the Nine of Wands, which is very defensive and protective as well. So, Ace of Wands, passion. I feel like you're somebody that gets into relationships quite quickly or falls in love quite quickly. Okay, it happens fast for you. And it could be that you fall out of love just as quickly or realise that you're in an imbalanced situation. Not necessarily, it's not always going to be very fast. But it does almost feel like, I want to say, Paltu, you get yourself into these situations. And not just in your love life either. It's like you get yourself into these situations, okay? And then you have to get yourself out of them. But because you have so much enthusiasm, you're always ready to open your heart again. You're always ready to try again, even though you've been through so much, even though you've been hurt so many times. And maybe your boundaries haven't been great either in the past, or maybe now they're not too great. There's definitely a connection to boundaries with the Nine of Wands here and rushing in. I want to say maybe you allow other people to dictate terms to you in relationships. And it's a shame because you're the sun. I see you, Paltu, represented by the sun. You are this incredible, beautiful, powerful, divine energy. And I feel like so many people just haven't appreciated you, haven't appreciated exactly what you bring. Maybe because you wear your heart on your sleeve, maybe people didn't appreciate that and they thought, oh, well, this is too easy. This person can't be very special, which is bullshit, by the way. I hate that. And it's been a struggle for you to find balance in relationships because either the person doesn't value you or you find yourself with someone that you're not particularly interested in because they're the only one that wants to stick around. So that could certainly be a pattern for some people. I'm not saying for everyone here, but that could be some semblance of pattern going on for you. And then you repeat the pattern over and over again with the Fool 2.0, which is about repeating patterns without learning the lesson and going back to square one, which is sad. It's an uncomfortable cycle. So it may be something you went through in the past or continue to do now. Maybe you're still looping now, or at least to some degree still looping. It's very painful. And it's so sad because there's so much fire. There is so much to you, so much about you. You're incredible, pile 2. I feel like you're this powerhouse of energy, positivity, strength, knowledge, enthusiasm, encouragement. You're like, if somebody gets to be with you, you're their biggest cheerleader, their biggest supporter, their greatest inspiration, is what I want to say. You're their muse. I think you've been a muse to many people, whether you realise it or not. You've been inspiration to many people, led them forwards. But I also think that some people put you up on a pedestal. Maybe they're intimidated by you. And I feel maybe that's why you've missed out on some of the relationships that perhaps you would have liked or felt you wanted, because someone was intimidated by your light. Wow. Yeah. And that was very painful when someone thinks they're not good enough for you and they run away. And it makes you feel like you're the one that's not good enough, and it's just not true. It's just simply not true. Oh, this is difficult energy. It's bringing up anxiety, bringing up a lot of hurt, a lot of pain. You've been through a lot, pile 2. I know. I know. I get it. Okay. Let me pop the tarot cards here. But that's going to change now, because I think it has to. I think it has to change. We've reached the point now, pile 2. You're watching this because you've reached the point where that isn't happening anymore, or it's not going to happen anymore. It's going to be different now. It has to change. Something has to give. Whew. We're getting off this timeline. We're going off at this romantic timeline. And I think you're going to see the world much more clearly moving forwards. You're going to recognize your own power and beauty and strength and fire and potential. I think maybe you haven't seen it or haven't fully appreciated it. Even if you could see it, you didn't really understand who you were in the past. And that's going to change. So the mermaids are now going to give us their input and their advice, their love and kindness and support. Because the mermaids like you. They say you're one of them. They recognize your energy. Innocence. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes, you have a very beautiful, innocent energy, pile 2. It's gorgeous. And I feel like you came down here to be this beautiful, gorgeous, light-bringing soul. I want to say light worker, but that's kind of not exactly the vibe, because I believe in working with the dark and the light and integrating them. But that's what I mean by light worker, not just someone who shies away from the dark and pretends to be love and light, but coming through this beautiful childlike, child of God innocence, which is gorgeous, and not being met by others with that same beautiful energy. Free spirit. Yes, you are. You absolutely are a free spirit. Oh, I'm going to need some sensor shells for relaxation. Let's hope that stays there. No, put that there. It's not going to go well if the shell slides off. Okay, let's get a shell here as well, because that's a little bit risque. There we go. Free spirit, relaxation, the future. Okay, I'm going to need more shells. There's one. Oops. Trust. And lastly, patience. I feel like you've had to have so much patience in this lifetime, pile 2. I mean, like insane amounts of patience. Okay. And I hate being told the T word. When I used to sit in circle in the spiritualist churches, we always called trust the T word because it's like a dirty word. It's like, oh, you have to trust. Get stuffed. Okay. You are different. I feel a lot of the people in this group could resonate with being a starseed coming from other planets, or their soul originating on other planets, and then finding this one very confusing and dark and painful to be in, very difficult to be in. It's a difficult planet to live on if your soul didn't originate here. Regardless of how many lifetimes you've already done, it doesn't get easier. Excuse me. And I feel like the message here is to be patient with yourself. Okay, you come in with this beautiful innocence and you get swept up and manipulated and taken for a ride by people sometimes, not all the time necessarily, but I feel that's been a theme you could have done without many times, or several times in this lifetime. You could really have done without that. It was exhausting. It beat you down. It beat that beautiful light and innocence out of you somewhat, but still you hung on because your heart still keeps that optimism because it knows that's not the truth of reality. With relaxation here, I do feel like there is a need for you to actually take some R&R, get some relaxation time, take some holiday vacation, get away from people who are negative, who are difficult. And we are talking about the future here as well. They are looking into this beautiful little bubble here. So we are looking to the future, but we're also manifesting it. We are creating it. And I feel like you have done a lot of work to change your future, to change your destiny, to get off that treadmill finally. And that is there. The timeline is there. The timeline is there. And it's interesting, I'm talking about timelines in this reading. I was talking about them in part 1. Trust that the new timeline is coming. Okay, big shifts have happened. Lots of people are aware of various different timeline shifts and timeline splits, etc. But I feel like the change in your love life is coming now. It's very important that it comes as well. Please trust that it's coming, that better things are coming, that better people are coming as well. Dream big. Yeah. Let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. See yourself succeeding in love. Alchemy. Does she need a shell? Let's use this little stone, which is actually from Tintagel. That's a natural quartz from Tintagel when I went rock hounding. You have the Midas touch right now, and every project you begin turns to gold. Ah, there it is. That's what's coming in the future for you. This possibility of having everything go your way. This is wonderful. Alchemical ability coming through here. And ready, set, go. Do I need to put a shell on that one? I'm gonna. There we go. She's actually riding an orca here. I like that. Mermaid riding an orca. There we go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. And yes. A lot of confirmation here. If you've been asking questions, asking for confirmation, then you're getting a strong yes. But it feels like a positive yes, not a negative one. Okay, it does feel like change is coming, like people are going to see your worth. People are waking up to who you are. It hasn't all been you. Okay, it hasn't all been you. But as you've done your healing, you've started to attract people who will treat you differently. People who are on the higher vibrational levels. And I feel there are people around you whose vibration is rising as you do your healing work, as you trust in the universe to bring in wonderful, loving, kind people on a higher vibration. You are attracting them in. That is happening. I see this energy swirling all around you. It is a very watery energy. So this could be happening now in Scorpio season, and I want to say into Pisces season as well next year. So whenever that is for you, I'm filming this in 2024, so that would be Pisces season 2025, which is March, end of February, beginning of March. The bulk of March. But whenever that is for you, because this is a timeless reading. So be patient and trust right now. Lead from the intuition, because you'll notice these two mermaids have their eyes closed. The Innocence Mermaid and the Patience Mermaid, and the Relaxation Mermaid actually have their eyes closed. Okay, she doesn't because she's looking into her crystal ball there. And Trust has her eyes wide open. But close your eyes, meditate, trust. Ask for what it is that you want. Trust that it's coming in. Trust that gentler people are coming into your life. Kinder people who will see you for who you truly are. Okay, that's so, so important now. Let's get some Lovers Oracle cards for you. Okay, I'm shuffling them off camera because some of the pictures on the back are a little bit risque. Okay, wait. Don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. Yeah, there is a little message here of... I don't want to say a delay because I hate that word, of divine timing. A little bit of divine timing going on here. Be patient. You don't have all the information right now. You're starting this new phase very soon. The gentler, high vibrational people will be coming in. So just hang on in there, take a break right now. Focus on yourself, focus on your healing, and know that better things are coming in the future. A message for you. Oh, I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So that could be a message from your special person, the person that you want, or a future person who is yet to appear. Beautiful. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, pile 2. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you very soon. In the meantime, please take very, very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye. Hello, pile 3. We're getting to the end of my tea now. I just had to go and heat it back up again because it's getting cold. You chose the Unfolding Path Tarot and this cute multicoloured bracelet with the little blue shell on the end there. So let's pop this over here with its little friends and let's pull some cards for you. We're getting advice today, love advice from the mermaids, who are particularly knowledgeable in that regard, although they've been slandered quite a lot about it in the past and throughout history. But boy, do they know love. So let's see what's going on for you here, pile 3, and then we'll get the mermaids' advice. Alrighty. Okay. 9 of Wands. 6 of Pentacles, Hierophant, the Fool, 5 of Cups, and Knight of Cups. All right. Okay. Let's have a look at this energy, see what's going on here, pile 3. Okay, I see it. Right, the thread of energy that I'm being shown here for many people watching pile 3 is actually being stuck in a relationship that is past due, that's overdue, past its sell-by date, and feeling stuck but trying to do the right thing but actually wanting a new beginning. Or maybe you've already left and you're having a new beginning but you're wondering whether it was the right thing to do. So there is a sense here with the 9 of Wands. You know, it's interesting, when the 6 of Pentacles showed up, it looked almost like the 9 or the 10 of Pentacles to me for some reason. That's the energy it was evoking. It was evoking like the home, the achievement that you normally get from the 10 of Pentacles, the 9 and kind of 10 energy there. And with the Hierophant, I was getting marriage, being very traditional, doing things the traditional way, not doing things that you're not supposed to do, you know, trying to follow society's rules or how family expectations, trying to defend things that really shouldn't matter to you, that aren't actually that important. They're just silly rules that somebody made up one time and you've just kind of been stuck with them and you've been trying to do what you think is the right thing. It's very much an energy of doing what you think you should rather than what you want, and that's really sad. It is a sad energy of trying to do the right thing, of giving with the hope of receiving. I want to say with the 6 of Pentacles here, it does feel like giving to what you are supposed to or what you've been told will make you happy and hoping to receive happiness from that. And we could have some divine masculines watching this one. I feel like there's a desire for something new, for a higher love now. Maybe you've been stuck in an unhappy marriage, long-term relationship, maybe there are children involved, but it hasn't been as fulfilling. You know, whatever the situation is, it hasn't been as fulfilling as you were promised it would by family, by society, by church, by teacher. You were told, oh, this is what you have to do. You have to, you know, for example, you see a lot of men like in their 50s basically having a breakdown because they did all the things that were expected of them. They got the career, the job, they earned the money, they bought the house, they got the wife, they had the kids, they ran around after everyone else, they took care of everyone else's needs, they went to work, and they woke up one day and realised they weren't fulfilled, realised they weren't happy, realised they'd barely been existing. And it could just be literally out of the blue that it hit them. It could have been a life-changing injury or illness that woke them up to it, or a big shift, a change. Oh, it's a difficult energy. Oh, excuse me. I can feel a lot of energy moving around, which is what's making me yawn. It feels like these are words that needed to be spoken for a long time. And that's the energy shift that just made me yawn then. At first I was hyperventilating. It's like energy's all over the shop here. Like things have been held in for so long, couldn't admit to them for so long, but it had to come out. I'm going to yawn again now, excuse me. I'm not tired, it's literally the energy moving. Oh, it's huge. Huge energy shift. Hopefully that'll be the last yawn. Oh my goodness. that was a big shift, guys. That was a big one. And there is this desire for a new beginning. It's a very innocent desire for a new beginning, for a new cycle, but to know love this time, to truly understand it, to know love, to feel passion, to feel happiness. I am drawn to Pisces season, whenever Pisces season next is for you. So that's around end of February and the bulk of March. I feel that's when some big changes could be coming in for you. But there is such a sense of disappointment here. That's what you need to get past. And that could be what you've been working on, or it could be where you find yourself at the moment, feeling very, very disillusioned, disappointed, not realising that that can still happen for you in the future, perhaps. Because look at her with the 5 cups. Oh, good, you ought to go. Oh, big energy shifts for you guys. I feel like energy work is important. If you've been doing it yourself, the energy is shifting. If you haven't, then I'd suggest you do some energy work of some kind. Oh, okay. So she's looking at these 3 cups, or rather trying not to look at them, because she's sick of looking at them, because they've all fallen over and everything's spilled and everything's wrong, and it's disappointment, and it's feeling let down by God, Goddess, Source, Universe. Everything is against me. Everything I did, nothing worked. Why didn't it work? It's not fair. There's a real sense of that, but there's also this hope for the future, like, well, maybe I can start again. Maybe I can have something this time. Maybe it's not too late for me. You know, it doesn't matter how old you are, by the way. These feelings can come at any point in your life. I cannot stop yawning. This is insane. Excuse me. Oh, hold the light. But there is this desire for romance. There so is with the Knight of Cups here. There's this real desire which goes head to head with the Hierophant here. The Hierophant's like, no, you have to do as you were told and stick with what you got. You made your bed, now you have to lie in it. That's the vibe we've got here. But the Knight's like, I don't want to. I need something more than this. I need to be emotionally fulfilled. It's not working for me. Ooh, it's difficult back and forth energy. It's difficult, it's painful, but there is hope here with the Fool. There's hope for the new beginning. Or maybe you tried to have a new beginning and you didn't feel like it went anywhere. Or you haven't met anyone yet and you're starting to wonder, you know, did I do the right thing? Well, yes, of course you did the right thing. But divine timing requires us to heal sometimes. It requires a shift in mindset, or we could be keeping our own blessings away from us. You may have even overlooked something. Maybe you've overlooked a new relationship that was right there waiting for you and you were too scared to take it. Maybe you're finding yourself falling back into old patterns. Old negative patterns. I feel for someone in particular here, there was a relationship that was literally right there waiting for you and you were too afraid. Or you convinced yourself it couldn't happen for some reason and stepped away from it. Okay, and this is a very specific message for someone or a small group of people, so this isn't for everyone. But it's almost like you couldn't believe your luck, like it was too much, like, no, this can't be for me, this is too much. This person's too amazing, too wonderful, too beautiful, too much for me. No, it's what I've always wanted, that can't possibly be for me. Do those words resonate for you? Oh, it's what I've always wanted, that can't possibly be for me. Okay, let's get some advice from the mermaids now. What do you think you deserve? That's a good question to ponder. What do you think you deserve? at the depth of your being, your subconscious, what does your subconscious mind genuinely think you deserve? Because it's not what you want. What needs reprogramming? What needs changing in your mindset, in your mind, in your subconscious? What needs to change? Interesting, actually. I've been working with subliminals recently, trying to change some things in my subconscious mind that I'm aware need to shift. Subliminals are really great, and you can find quite a lot of free ones on YouTube, so that's handy. Or you can learn how to make them yourself. That's quite fun too. So, go with the flow. Oh, look, she's wearing a necklace a bit like our one. Isn't that cute? That looks just like our bracelet here. Look at, not that one. Look at that. Look at that. She's wearing our bracelet. She's wearing the necklace that goes with it. Go with the flow right now. Don't try to force anything. Abundance. You really can have the nice things. You are allowed to. Now, I do need a shell for this one. Sense a shell coming up. Dreaming. No, you're not dreaming, or you weren't dreaming when that person showed up in your life. I feel like you asked for something. The universe delivered and you went, oh no, that can't possibly be for me. What? The universe was like, well, I just literally delivered you what you asked for. What do you mean you don't want it? Oh, you do want it, but you don't think it's for you? Do I have to write your name on this person's forehead? Seriously? Well, that could be something to come. So please, please accept the person when they come in. Don't go, oh no, they're too good for me. That can't possibly be for me. Don't look for excuses. Don't destroy something beautiful. I actually feel quite emotional when I say that. There's tears there. Awareness. Turn away. Did you turn away from your abundance? I feel like you might have done. Did you turn away? I actually want to send some of you to a different channel at this point, because this lady looks like Bevan from another tarot reading channel. I need to look up who she is, because she looks so, in my mind, she looks so much like her on some level, and I feel like Bevan has a message for you. I'm going to have to look up the name of her channel. Editor Helen, please connect that. Please do that. Please put the name of Bevan's channel here. I'm going to have to look that up. I'll see if I can link to her channel above, or if not, I'll put it in the description below. And let's get one last mermaid card. Just writing a little reminder for myself to do that. Move forward. Yes, look at that divine masculine Neptune energy. Yeah. And acceptance on the bottom. Accept the gifts heaven brings you. Accept that you do deserve what it is that you want, that you long for, desire. It doesn't have to be too far away. It doesn't have to be too much for you. You can accept it. Are you turning away from your good? Are you turning away from the awareness, from the abundance, from your dreams? Are you playing small again? Are you rejecting the person that you actually want and then going after something that seems easier, more accessible? Not really ideal, but oh yeah, I can probably get that one. That's the low-hanging fruit. That'll be easy. There'll be no struggle. There'll be no challenge. That's a done deal. They won't reject me. Oh. Ooh, is there a fear of rejection, pile 3? I mean, we all have it to a degree, but is there like a pathological fear of rejection? A painful, ancient fear of rejection that makes you turn away from someone or something that could be really, really good, really amazing. Okay, let's bring in some more cards. I feel like you can have your dream. You really can. You don't have to play so small. You don't have to toe the line, follow society's rules the whole time. It might be time to step out, embody that divine masculine energy. And I feel this is more a divine masculine group. This is going to be more men in this group than women. Step out, take the lead, move forwards in your life. Make the changes you need to make and don't be afraid. And yes, aim higher, which was actually a theme in part 2. Aim higher, expect more. Don't think you have to settle for the low-hanging fruit. That person that you turned away from was actually waiting for you. Okay. I'm just going to look at these a bit carefully because some of them don't have the right clothes on. Treasure chest, an unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. So you've got 2 abundance cards with treasure chests. There's definitely a theme there. That could be something literal. You may be coming into some money, you know, some sort of, I get the word advance. I'm not sure what that means. An advance on inheritance or a windfall, something maybe a little bit unexpected. Consultant expert. Yes, maybe get some good opinions here, because I feel like maybe you've had some bad advice from people who want to keep you in your box, the people who kept you there in the first place. Maybe you need to talk to someone who actually understands relationships, healing the heart, these energies. Maybe you need to speak to somebody who will be helpful and supportive of you making positive change in your life, rather than the people who want to drag you back down with them, back to the lower energies, the more negative energies, because they're unhappy and so they don't want you to be happy and make them look bad, make them feel bad that they haven't made changes in their life. They'd much rather drag you down. That's much easier. Yeah. My life coach Jackie, she used to, Jacqueline Fairbrass, hi Jackie if you're watching, she used to give me the analogy of being in an energy is like being in a big swimming pool. And when you want to pull yourself out of that energy to a higher level of energy, it's like trying to pull yourself out of a swimming pool. So there's already that inertia of having to pull yourself out of water, which takes some effort to get out onto the land. But then you've also got the other people in the pool trying to drag you back in. So it can be really hard to move into a new energy. And that's how we get stuck in cycles. It's much easier to be pulled back in the pool. It's very hard to resist. So what else have we got here? Mother healing. Yes, that's a strong theme for many men, actually. And not just men in this pile. I appreciate you guys. My divine feminines are here too. My ladies are here too. But for many men, there is deep healing to be done with regards to your mother. And this could be a mother that wasn't very good at showing emotion, or was absent for long periods of time, or wasn't really able to show love in the ways that you needed, or attention in the ways, or care in the ways that you would have wanted. And that's not a criticism, because, you know, life is what it is and people do the best they can. But I feel like there was something missing. There's some healing needed here. And friendship. Oh. Yeah, let your friends support you. Let your positive friends support you. And go out and have some fun. Spend time with your friends. I love that one. It says, make a date for a play day with 1 or more friends. Go and have a play date. That doesn't have to be with people. That could be with horses or dogs, you know. Oh, and this one just jumped out. And this is self-employment. And I'm just going to get... Sorry, my chair's creaking. Just going to get this card, self-employment. There could be a real desire to strike out on your own in many different ways, strike out in a new direction in many different parts of your life right now. And that could, it could be that you want to work for yourself, that you have ideas and inspirations that would make you happier right now. And maybe you already have a person in mind to work with you, and that's your love interest. Or maybe you will meet somebody through the course of that self-employment or entrepreneurship or new opportunity who will resonate with you on that higher energy. They could already be in your life. Look at that. How cute is that? But look at all these like pearls shooting out of this shell that she's holding here. It feels like you already hold the keys to the kingdom, like you already know how to do something that could be very lucrative, and for some reason you're holding yourself back. Yet again, holding yourself back. I want to take another one of these. Ready, set, go. Yep, now is not the moment to hold back. I'm going to get another shell because, there we go. Ride the orca. This is your moment. This is your moment. It's your moment to move forward. Ready, set, go. Okay, so no more hiding, please. No more hiding from the people you care about. If there's somebody that you want, maybe you should tell them. in an appropriate way. Maybe you should speak to them. Maybe you should find out, you know, maybe if you thought, oh, no, that's too good for me, I should leave them alone. Maybe you should tell them. Maybe they deserve to know. Maybe they'd be interested too. You know, I know there's a deep fear of rejection here, and maybe there's some mother healing to do first, but I also want to say, oh, sorry, my chair is so noisy. Don't leave yourself in the unknowing, and don't leave them in the unknowing, because I feel like they knew. They knew you were interested, and you've really left them in limbo. And energetically, that's unhelpful, and that's hurtful, so let them know how you feel. And move forwards. There's so much abundance here for you. Look at this money and self-employment and moving forwards, that there is so much opportunity. Forget these 3 cups that fell over. It doesn't matter anymore. I mean, it may be literally 3 people to leave behind. Or you feel you're leaving 3 people behind. You know, it could be like a partner and 2 children or something. Or it could be that you feel that it's them and their parents, or, you know. It's okay. You are allowed to live your life. You are allowed to move forwards. Life goes on. Leaving someone could be the kindest, best thing you ever did for them, because they might move on to find someone better than you, that matches them better than you. You're not doing them a favour. Let them go. Okay. Oh, that was a heavy one, pile 3. that was a lot. Okay, I hope that reached who it was meant for. Obviously, remember, you can check out another pile if that resonates. You can listen to all 3 if you would like to. I will see you again very soon. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe. Until I do see you, please take very, very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.